The finishing line is almost in sight for these two players. For Beau Greaves, she has crossed it many a time, looking to reach a third consecutive Women's Series final. The action we've had here in Leicester across the weekend has seen Beau be beaten by Fallon Sherrock, but she was victorious earlier on today and looking to do the double on this Sunday afternoon. But Kirsi Viinikainen, she knows how to win many titles in her career for the Finn. But we know that Beau Greaves is the best about, so Glenn, Kirsi will need to be at her best too to take down Beau.
I think this is the best version of Kirsi Viinikainen I've seen for a long time.
It's Beau to throw for the ball.
I think she got a lot of confidence winning a women's series down in Portsmouth just before Christmas. Qualified for Lakeside through the World Championship, through the qualifiers. But guess who she drew when she got there? Beau Greaves. Beau Greaves getting over the line in that one. They've played each other recorded 11 times. Kirsi has won one of those games at the women's series. But like many head-to-heads when you're playing Beau Greaves, she often dominates. But it's Kirsi Viinikainen that wins the bullseye.
First game on.
And Kirsi Viinikainen is on the back of 2 quarterfinals this weekend. And now we can add that to a minimum semi-final. And for me, that puts her in 7th place in the infancy rankings, you may want to call it. But it's a good start to the season for Kirsi.
100.
We've talked an awful lot about that Scandinavian contingent who've stayed around. They're there to support Kirsi, who's played a lead role in bringing those players over here just to at least give it a try. And she's leading from the front, and she's been excellent this week.
Yeah, I nipped out of the commentary box briefly to catch the tail end of Kirsi's game with Steph Clark. Both players
83
were a little shaky, had some nerves creeping in, but it was Kirsi who held hers, who set up this clash with Beau Greaves. Very similar in the other quarter-final that I managed to catch a glimpse of as well. Araujo against Pauling. Pauling had darts to stay in the game and she missed them. A couple of visits where she missed doubles 60 to keep the match going. And Araujo did the damage.
95.
We've seen some excellent darts across the weekend, and let's hope for a couple more games where that remains to be the case. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there for Nugent as well, and they seem to find it quite funny the way I'm pronouncing Araujo. So I guess we'll get a little bit close anyway. We'll give me the benefit of the doubt on that one.
100.
We're quite a cosmopolitan semi-final. Potential of Portugal versus Finland final. I think what has to be taken into consideration here, Niall, is something that you mentioned earlier.
85.
The fact that you're seeing some players methodical, some players really quick. And it's almost like Beau's looking around when Kirsi's throwing. The concentration levels can be difficult at this stage. And if you add into the mixing pot, that Kirsi is one of the more methodical players that we've seen this week.
$65.
Beau Greaves with a chance to break. Double 10.
46.
Narrowly inside. Kirsi back for double 4 then to hold throw in the opening leg of the semi-final.
I think that's the most animated I've seen Kirsi Viinikainen behind. She thought that leg had gone, but she gets over there. It's Kirsi that takes the opener. It's almost like we expect
60.
Beau Greaves to average 100 every time she gets on there. The standards, the bar is has been risen by her. And like I said, it's a different challenge, this one. You know, Kirsi will dictate the pace. You can see Beau behind, a little bit more
82.
fidgety than normal.
$97.
Yeah, Beau Greaves will have played more games than anyone else just by virtue of the fact that she's reached 2 finals and potentially a third if she beats Kirsi.
85.
So over the course of 2 days, fatigue is a factor, no question. Beau, prove me wrong.
180.
Beau proves me wrong.
Yeah, when that first one goes, you're writing on your notes 180. It's a wonderful thing to have in the armoury. She's a massive scorer. I mean, she's just got the all-round game. And Kirsi Viinikainen,
60.
I think, you know, she's got to play her A game and both her C game to win this game. Seen her hit the 164 already today. Same route, treble 19 bull.
136.
But she'll take that as second best.
Well, Beau Greaves kicked off the leg with a 60, but her last 2 visits, 180, 136. So she is poised nicely
60.
to take out double 14. Well, she's hit double 11 there. She's going to have to readjust. Awkward one.
No score.
Decided to bust. Needed to just take a second to glance across to the scoreboard to see that Kirsi's way back on 214. Didn't need to force something that wasn't required.
$44.
So to level up proceedings.
$14.
I was hoping for the line, the big finish.
$55.
We saw Fallon Sherrick, Mr. Bullseye, for a big fish, didn't we, earlier today? Beau Greaves going to have to split this ops for the 3
10.
double 2 option. More missed darts. That's 3 visits now for Beau Greaves, where she's not been able to find the target she was after.
Yeah, when she hit the scores of 180, 136 to leave the double. Thought it was pretty much over, but treble 19 here. That would have stung just a little bit.
44. Game shot.
Beau levels us at 1 apiece. She missed darts for the opening leg. She missed multiple darts there to level, but she eventually finds what she was looking for. And now Kirsi could be kicking off with a 180.
135.
Very nearly.
$140.
Sometimes when your opponent is beginning to play well yourself, or you sense they are, it might be just the G up that Beau needs. All just feels a little lethargic right now.
125.
We're just looking at the CV of Kirsi, and
93.
it reads very nicely, doesn't it? You know, a lot of wins on the WDF tour. She's the partner of the Swedish World Cup player Johan Engström. Just wondering if she's got that real appetite back for the dart. You're seeing what she's doing
30.
at the Super Series on the WDF tour. She's now given everything she can. She's been successful this weekend. And a 52-year-old, maybe she thought her
140.
best darts were behind her.
Well, she had a string of wins in 2019, didn't she? And then there was a bit of a fallow spell. I'm not sure whether that maybe coincided with the pandemic, but a few more titles a couple of years ago in 2023. So kind of gives you an indication.
95.
She's played well so far in 2025, as has Beau Greaves, of course.
88.
And it's these types of finishes, these types of chances that you're going to against. But started on the 19s. Can't finish now. Beau Greaves, after losing that opening leg, has an opportunity to lead this match for the first time.
Game shot.
It's an opportunity that Beau Greaves takes, just like she so often does. It's a break of throw as well.
85.
Beau Greaves looking to reach
85.
30 women's series titles.
96.
Just in context, it would be more than 10, more than anyone else.
She's a special talent. I guess we've had the games where the pace has really suited her. This one just a little bit
96.
different.
Yeah, before this weekend, Beau Greaves was winning
82.
women's series games at a rate of 90%, losing 1 in 10 matches.
It started that way. Just had a look at a
100.
little stat going into this time, and she's still round about winning those 9 out of 10 games. It's the motivation factor as well, and if she does win it, I guess it's a question we'll be asking, but how she keeps herself motivated. So many challenges
99.
around her. She's got a really busy 2025, but you know, how much is the women's series still a priority? I still think it's the bread and butter as she looks at bullseye.
99.
But when you're the best and you've continued to win, how does that drive you on forward?
45.
Double 8. Double 4.
Game shot.
3-1, Beau Greaves. Remember, it's first to 5 in the semi-final. So still time for Kirsi to pull back into the game, but get the feeling that this is a very important leg for the Finn.
60.
Yeah, big moments in the other game as well. Harujo leading 2-1 and a double 10 for a 3-1 lead against
100.
Gemma Hayter. Misses the chance, so Gemma Hayter has an opportunity to go 2-2 in that game as Beau Greaves
60.
just taking real control of this match right now. There's another question for us. Why does it hurt us so much, that particular dart? If you have been with us for the weekend, and we are mentioning the same subject, and clearly when she goes low on the treble 20, if she goes high, no reaction. She misses the target, no problem. When she goes low, she visually gets so angry about that. Watch.
Yeah, it's noticeable, isn't it? But as you can see there,
134.
case in point, she has no problem in terms of finding the treble 19. Very effective when she does switch.
Yeah, her throw is almost mesmeric, hypnotic. And even if maybe she's just
31.
feeling it behind there, just once again loosening it. That's perfection. 177.
139.
Maybe that's why she gets so annoyed, because she knows that once that first one is in prime position, she has the confidence to follow it in with one or often two.
60.
Yeah, at times she's formidable. Will feel invincible. Well, she's just going through the motions in that game. Double 8.
Game shot.
Smack bang in the middle. 4-1.
Well, we said that was an important leg for Kirsi, but no less important for Beau Greaves. And what it means is that she just needs to hold throw for a place in a third consecutive
84.
Women's Series final. Second final of the day.
Yeah,
you just sense that ball behind, realising this is the moment to see off this game. She'll use that first dart. So beautiful.
140.
So aesthetically pleasing is that throw when it's working perfect. When she's motivated, when she has that desire. For me, there's no better sight.
$41. 96.
Beau well in front here. That's a bit more like it from Kirsi Viinikainen. 30 and 41, her two visits to the board before.
133.
At 133. Beau's last two, 96, 140. She's into the treble 20 again.
100.
She sets her own standards. And she's looking good for another final. The end of play yesterday, she left
100.
pretty dejected. Didn't play really well in that final. Not taking nothing away from Fallon Sherrick. But she's bounced back beautifully today. Double 16 means
Game shot
Beau
match.
Greaves is
Beau
into
Greaves.
another final. It was a challenging game in sense of the pace, but I would just like to give a big shout out there for Kirsi Viinikainen. A couple of quarterfinals, a semi-final. She's had a very satisfactory weekend. For Beau Greaves, one more match she'll tell herself.